Hey men, Rob Cupp here from Colorado. Welcome to Man Talk Monday. Hope this finds you well. Hey, I want to ask you a question today, just for you to consider in your life. And the question is, what is the fruit of your life? Summer is a great time to ask a question like this because we find ourselves, our schedule is different usually, right? We're maybe taking vacations, going on trips by ourselves, with family. We have seen to me that people are more available for, because the days are longer. We're maybe playing sports together, or just having events and gatherings and holidays that we're celebrating. And summer's just a different vibe. And so it's a great way because it's a little bit different to look back and evaluate, like, what's coming out of me when I'm in these new situations. I'm in these different situations. On your last family trip that you took, how did you act? And did things go the way you wanted them to? Did you come out of that trip feeling the way you wanted to feel? Were the people around you blessed by your presence, or were they put back by your presence? Teenagers and weirdness aside, if you have those, or remember having those, you're not always in control of other people's responses, but what is the fruit of your life? Now, the problem with asking the fruit question is sometimes if the answer is honest and it's like, no, I don't like what's happening, I don't like what's coming out of me. The question is then how to fix it or change it. And the crazy thing that we do as humans is we usually ask a question like that, then we move forward quickly because we say, oh, there's a problem. And then we start identifying, they're the problem, I'm the problem, the circumstances are the problem, and we begin to work to fix the problem. And that doesn't always change the fruit. This is intuitive, right? If sometimes many of us have, like, if I just had this other job, then it would be great. Then you get the job and life's not as great. And so the grass is greener on the other side of a decision, and you push to make it better, but you're still the same. The fruit of your life coming out is still the same. Maybe that's you're discontent all the time, you're too angry all the time, whatever that might be for you. But the question is, what is the fruit of your life, and how do you change it if you don't like it? Jesus said this. He said, I am the vine or the trunk, and you are the branches. If you remain in me or stay attached to me, you'll bear much fruit. But apart from me, you can do nothing. You can't bear any fruit. And so that's a good instructive thing for life. What is the fruit of my life, and what's coming out of it basically is determined by what you're attached to. The only way to change the fruit is not to necessarily focus on the problem or generate a problem thinking, if I change this about myself, if I change this thing, if I about someone else, if they would be different, then life would be different. That will only get you so far. The way to change the fruit in your life is to get attached to the trunk, the right trunk. Jesus says he's the right trunk. How do you attach yourself to God? And then it asks the question, well, what does that mean? How do I remain attached to God in the right ways? I was reminded of this a week ago. I was found myself co-leading a retreat in Montana in the wilderness, and we were out camping, and my job was to help my friend set up a camp and create a schedule where men could go be alone and meet with God, and then come back to the campfire in the evenings and process what they're experiencing. And so all we had to do was get them food, provide conversation opportunities at night, and then make sure they were out and alone and able to focus. And man, it was amazing. It was amazing to see when we take time to say, okay, God, I'm here. I want to attach to you more than anything else. I want to be a branch attached to you so that my fruit can change what happens. There were men asking different questions about different things. They'd identified different problems in their lives: family problems, job problems, health problems, marriage problems, the whole gamut of problems that we had identified for each man before we sent them out. And it was amazing for the 2 nights, Friday night and Saturday night, as these men came back from being alone for multiple hours, many hours. They came to the campfire with a little bit more peace on their face, a little bit more confidence about where they were. They had received tweaks and answers to problems that they would have never come up with if they were only focused on the problem. One man in particular, I found that he skipped lunch on Saturday because he was just so ingrained in, as he was asking questions and trying to stay attached to God, the trunk, the vine of his life, God began to ask him questions back, and he was struggling with some assumptions that he was making in life and some understandings that he had that probably needed to change for him to move forward in the life and the new job position that he had been invited into. So that's my question. What's the fruit of your life, and what are you going to do about it? Well, may I encourage you, set some hours aside, go get with your Creator and see what He has to say. Focus less on the problem and more on the attachment, and see what will change in the fruit of your life. Have a great week. Bless you guys. You are awesome men, and don't forget it. God created you for a purpose. Have a good one.